Hey, and welcome to Hank's True BBQ. Today we're going to do a side dish that I really like. We're going to smoke potatoes in an offset smoker. Now, this might not be the most obvious dish, but it turns out really good because the thing is, an offset smoker is effectively a hot air oven, plus the added bonus of some smoke flavor. So why not use it to cook up some good old potatoes? We've got some delicatessen potatoes, a few more than these actually. So we're gonna cook these up. I'm gonna show you how, which temp we're running at, how to get that fire going to get it quite a bit hotter than we usually cook it, because this is gonna be a hot and, well, not hot and fast, but hot and medium length cook anyhow. Now, in order to do that successfully, you need to know if you have any hot spots or where you have hot spots in your offset smoker. It all depends on the size, the construction, of course. Do you use a normal flow offset smoker or a reverse flow offset smoker? So we're gonna step outside in a little while. I'm gonna show you how mine works, and you can compare with yours. If you're not familiar with how to check for hot spots, you can just drop a bunch of biscuits in there and start cooking and see which one browns up first, or you can use a thermometer, of course. But heat rises, and that's what we're going to utilize to the max today in the offset smoker. So we're going to cook these with the skin on as they are. We're going to make sure air circulates all around them. We're going to apply some salt and some other good flavors, and this is going to be a fantastic dish. You can either eat it as is, like a standalone, or of course to complement your main dish, if you're cooking meat or fish or anything. Anyhow, this is going to be good. But let's step outside, take a quick look at the smoker I'm going to use. One of my absolute favorites, the one I'm really happy with, and it turned out like the best smoker I've ever built. It's kind of a rat rod smoker called Rude Boy. Old, rough and rusty, but with a nice big fat smokestack. So we're going to fire that thing up. So, right, come with me outside. So I'm out here by my smoker, and this is where we're going to do the potatoes. Now, I mentioned hot air moves differently in different smokers, so depending on the type of smoker you have, you may have to adjust. Now, this is a straight flow smoker, not a reverse flow, so that means hot air is coming from the firebox, goes into the food chamber, of course, but when it does so, heat normally rises, so hot air is going to go up. So I know from testing this quite a bit that right here on my top shelf, right after the water pan, this is where the hot spot is. If you don't know, you can place some wheat crackers and biscuits all over the smoker, run it for an hour and see how they brown up. That will tell you very effectively where you have hot spots. If you use a reverse flow smoker, the hot air is going to go all the way over to that end and then turn around and come back. So most likely your hot spot is going to be in that end, right where the air turns around. But again, you're going to have to check and see. You can also use a thermometer like I do. This is mainly to monitor temps. So what I said was we're going to cook at quite a bit hotter temps than usual, not low and slow. I'm going to run this at 350, which is 175 Fahrenheit, Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit. So I'm going to get quite a good fire going to get that roaring hot air moving over the potatoes. I'm going to put them on one of these carbon steel pans, which I think is really good. Handy for this, low edge, so you get all the air across the potatoes. Gonna get it in here. So anyhow, time to get the fire going, get the potatoes in, and start cooking. As you can see, there's ice here. It's quite chilly. This sure ain't California. Anyhow, gonna get these potatoes out here. And we'll add a few more. Looking good. So we don't need to treat them anyway. I'm gonna add salt, of course, and some other flavorizers later, but let's get the fire going. This is looking good. I keep adding split after split just to get the temp up. It's going to take a while since it's cold outside, but I think we got a good start here. Took a while to get this one running, but I think we're getting there. A few more degrees, then we're gonna drop in the potatoes in the smoker. We're up to temp. I'm gonna drop the potatoes in here. Now it's convenient with the tray, so you don't have to move all the potatoes individually. And also when I'm cooking at this temp, I'm not using water in the water pan because it will just boil. A little bit of air in between them. So this is my job now, tending to the fire, keeping the temps up, but as you can see it's going quite well. This is nice, got a good fire going, but since it's so cold outside, what I do is keep putting logs and splits in here to keep them warm, pre-warm them before getting into the fire, because it really helps maintain temps. Because when it's cold outside, you don't get that temp drop like you do if you would add a almost moist and really cold log or split. And I keep some on top of the firebox also. This is kind of like a two-step. First pre-warm up here and then put them in here and then get them into the fire. So how do you know when the potatoes are done? Well, just like any potatoes, whether you boil them or in the oven, I just use, in this case, a thermopan, not so much for temp, but just as a poking device to see when they give just as much as I want when they're done. So easy peasy, personal preference always rules. So get your potato stick or thermopan or anything out and just start poking them after 20-25 minutes. Got still some ways to go, but it's looking good. Potatoes have been in for 20 minutes roughly. What I'm gonna do is now is just rotate them. You can see they get browned on one side but not the other, so adjust. Ooh, it's hot in there. Oh crap. See, they're getting nice color though. Sweet. So we're 40 minutes in. The potatoes are looking real good. Look at that color. Oh, they feel just perfect. Time to pull them. We're done. So this was fun. These are looking good. Now I did a little prep when the camera was off. Got my trusted old cast iron pan and browned up some butter. So we're gonna add the potatoes to the butter. Just let them roll around a bit. Give them some nice extra flavor. I'm gonna add some flaked sea salt and some chives also. Just a second. Oh, this is gonna be good. So nice, great flavor. Oops, one runaway potato. Get them all buttered up for that extra sweet flavor. Got some chives, sprinkle that on top. Oh man, this is indeed a dish in itself. Sweet, time to taste these. So delicious looking, just the perfect texture. Freaking excellent. I'm definitely going to cook potatoes like that in my offset quite more often because this is just superb. So nice, you got to try this, folks. All right, I'm going to dig into these, but thanks for watching. See you guys next episode.